Hello students, welcome to the class. Students, in the previous class we learned about the cell organelle, that is ribosomes and Golgi apparatus. Now, in this class we will going to study about another two organelles, that are lysosomes and mitochondria. So in this class we will going to study about these two cell organelles. Let us study the first one, that is lysosomes. So here the lysosomes, it was discovered by a Belgian cytologist called Christian de Deveau. So in the year 1949 it was discovered by a Belgian cytologist called Christian de Deveau in the year 1949, and the word lysosome was derived from the Greek word called lysis, which means destruction, and isoma means body. So it means that destruction of body. So the term lysosome was derived from the Greek word called lysis, which means that destruction, and isoma means body. So it is destruction of body. Then, lysosomes are a kind of waste disposal system of a cell. So, they consider as a waste disposal system of a cell. So, it occurs in animal cell. And the foreign materials entering the cell, such as bacteria or food, as well as old organelles, end up in the lysosomes, and which break them up into small pieces. This is because they contain powerful digestive enzymes capable of breaking down all organic material. The lysosomes. The lysosomes are occurs in animal cell. Then, when the foreign materials entering the cell, such as bacteria or food, as well as old organelles, end up in the lysosomes, which break them up into small pieces, because they contain they contain powerful digestive enzymes that are able to break down all organic materials. So, the lysosomes has the capability to break the organic matter into small pieces. Then, when a cell gets damaged, the lysosome may burst and the enzymes digest their own cell. So, this is because of the digestive enzymes present in the lysosomes. Therefore, the lysosomes are also known as suicide bags or suicidal sacs. So, when the cells get damaged, the lysosomes may burst and the enzymes digest their own cell. Therefore, the lysosomes are also known as suicide bags or suicidal sacs of the cell. Since they remove cell debris, it also called the cellular housekeepers, scavengers, and demolition squad. Because of they remove the some waste materials or the cell debris, hence they called as cellular housekeepers or scavengers and demolition squads. So here the lysosomes was discovered by a Belgian cytologist called Christian de Duve in the year 1949, and the term lysosome was derived from the Greek word lysis, and the and the word lysis means destruction, and the soma means body. So here it is means that destruction of body. Then lysosomes are considered as waste disposal system of the cell. So they have capability to break the all organic matters into small pieces, and they remove out the cell debris by bursting their own cell wall with the digestive enzymes. Then the lysosomes. The structurally lysosomes are membrane-bound sacs filled with the digestive enzymes. So the lysosomes are membrane-bound sacs and they are filled with digestive enzymes. And these enzymes are made up of rough endoplasmic reticulum. So the enzymes made up of rough endoplasmic reticulum. The enzymes present in the lysosomes are made up of rough endoplasmic reticulum. And the size of lysosomes varies from zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.2 meters. And the membrane around the lysosomes allows the digestive enzymes to work at a 4.5 pH. So, the membrane around the lysosome, it allows the digestive enzymes to work at the 4.5 pH. In the 4.5 pH range, the membrane allows the digestive enzyme to work. Then, the some important enzymes includes lipases, proteases, nucleases, carbohydrases, and phosphatases. So, the lipases digest the lipids molecules, proteases digest the proteins, and nucleases digest the nucleic acids, carbohydrates that digest the carbohydrates, and the phosphatases that digest the phosphoric acids and monoesters. So, the lysosomes contains some important enzymes that includes lipases that digest the lipids, proteases that digest the proteins, nucleases that digest the nucleic acids, carbohydrates that digest the carbohydrates, and the phosphatases that digest phosphoric acids and monoesters. Then, the enzymes in lysosomes are produced in endoplasmic reticulum and are then transported and processed through Golgi body. So, the lysosomes contain many important digestive enzymes, and the enzymes in lysosomes are produced in endoplasmic reticulum and are then transported and processed through the Golgi body. Then, let us study the functions of lysosomes. The functions of lysosomes. The lysosomes help to keep the cell clean by digesting any foreign material as well as warn out the cell organelles. So they help in clean the cell by digesting the foreign materials, and it protects the cytosol from degrading the enzymes. So they helps in protection of cytosol, and it helps to digest foreign bacteria that invade a cell. That means if any foreign bacteria enters the cell, the lysosomes digest that foreign bacteria. And it also digested the macromolecules by engulfing solid particles and absorbs the molecules from the outer side of the cell. So it also digested some micromolecules by engulfing the solid particles and absorbs some molecules from the outer side of the cell. Then it serves as a intracellular digestive system, and hence it is called a digestive bags. So it digestive, so they digest the some bacteria and some foreign particles. So hence they are called intracellular digestive system. Hence they are called as digestive bags. So the structure of lysosome. So here you can observe the lysosome. They contain many enzymes. So they contain enzymes, the outer membrane. So this is the structure of lysosome. Inside the lysosome, the enzymes are present. So this is about the lysosome. Then let us move into the another cell organelle, that is mitochondria. The mitochondria were first observed by the scientist Collier in 1880. So, the first time the mitochondria were observed by the scientist Collier in year 1880, and the name mitochondria was given by the scientist Benda in the year 1897. So, it usually rod-shaped structure. The mitochondria was first observed by the scientist Collier in the year 1880, and the word or the name mitochondria was given by the scientist Benda in the year 1897. So it's usually rod-shaped structure. Then these are the membrane-bound organelles. That means they contain the membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane. So they are membrane bound organelles. Their size ranges from zero point 0.5 to 1.0 micrometer in diameter. So they are ranges from 0.5 to 1.0 micrometer in diameter. Then the mitochondria are also known as powerhouses of the cell because of the energy required for various chemical activities needed for our life is released by the mitochondria in the form of ATP. So, the mitochondria is also known as a powerhouse of the cell because in the mitochondria the energy is released in the form of ATP that is needed for our various chemical activities. Then ATP is also known as energy currency. So ATP is also known as energy currency of the cell. The body uses energy stored in the ATP for making new chemical compounds and for mechanical work. So the ATP is also known as the energy currency of the cell, and the body uses this energy stored in the ATP for making new chemical compounds and for the mechanical work. Then let us study the structure of mitochondria. So the mitochondria is made up of two layers or two membranes, that is outer membrane and inner membrane. So hence they are called membrane bound cell organelles. Then the outer membrane restricts the organelles which inner membrane is thrown inwards into the many fold like projections called cristae. So the outer membrane restricts the organelles, then the inner membrane is thrown inwards into the many fold like projections called cristae, and the two membranes are separated by a space called a perimitochondrial space. The two membranes are separated by a space called perimitochondrial space. Then the cristae bear numerous small tennis rocket-like projections called elementary or F1 particles. The cristae bear numerous small tennis rocket-like particles called elementary or F1 particles. So inside the inner membrane there is a space enclosed by a membrane called matrix, and the matrix consists of dense strands of DNA, ribosomes and granules, etc. So the cristae has numerous small tennis-like structures called elementary or F1 particles, and inside the membrane, so inside the inner membrane there is a space called matrix, and the matrix consists of dense strands of DNA, ribosomes, granules, etc. So this is the structure of the mitochondria. So it is a rod shaped structure. Here you can observe. So the outer membrane, the outer membrane and the inner membrane. So the inner membrane enclosed by the space. So the inner membrane covered the space called a matrix. So these are the matrix. So the space called a matrix, and the inner membrane inverts into the cell mitochondria form a structures called cristae. So these are the cristae. So here you can observe the inverts. So they are inverts to form a cristae like structure, and the space between inner membrane and outer membrane called the perimitochondrial space. So it is the intermembrane space also called as a perimitochondrial space. And the mitochondria as the ribosomes, DNA and the granules. So they have DNA, ribosomes and some granules. So the cristae as, so the materials, the cristae as an F1 particles, the tennis rocket like structure called F1 portion, or it called an F1 particles. Then, so here also it is in structure of mitochondria. So these are the cristae, and they contain granules, ribosomes and the DNA molecules. So the inside the inner membrane, the space called matrix, and the space between outer membrane and inner membrane called intermembrane space, or it called perimitochondrial space. And these are the ATP synthesis particles. So this is the structure of mitochondria. This is also the diagram showing the structure of mitochondria. So this is about the structure of mitochondria. So if it a function of mitochondria means they generate energy, hence they are called powerhouse of the cell. Then let us study the differences between the chloroplast and mitochondria. So the differences between the chloroplast and mitochondria. The first one is that the chloroplast present in all the cells of green photosynthetic parts of the plants. The chloroplast present in green photosynthetic parts of the plants, whereas mitochondria in the cells of aerobic organisms except mammalian RBC cells. So, the chloroplast present in photosynthetic parts of the plants and the mitochondria in the cells of aerobic organisms except mammalian RBC cells. Then the color of the chloroplast is green, whereas the color is colorless. The mitochondria do not have any color, so it is colorless. Then the shape of chloroplast is flat disc shape, whereas the mitochondria is rod-like shape. The chloroplast shape is flat disc shape and mitochondria is rod shaped. Then the function of the chloroplast is that they prepare food by photosynthesis, whereas the mitochondria they perform food oxidation and produce energy. Then the energy produced, the solar energy is trapped by the chlorophyll and gets converted into chemical energy. So here the energy is converted. So solar energy is converted into chemical energy. In the mitochondria, the energy is produced. Here the energy is converted. Here in the mitochondria, energy is produced. And the carbon dioxide and oxygen. So in the process of photosynthesis, they consume carbon dioxide and liberate oxygen. Whereas in mitochondria, they consume oxygen and liberate carbon dioxide. So, in the chloroplast, they consume carbon dioxide and liberate oxygen, whereas in mitochondria, they consume oxygen and liberate carbon dioxide. So, these are the some differences between chloroplast and mitochondria. So, the mitochondria considered as powerhouse of the cell. Then, lysosomes are considered as suicidal bags or suicidal sacs of the cell, and also they are called housekeepers, scavengers, and demolition squads of the cell. Students, in this class, we learned about the cell organelles that are lysosomes and mitochondria. I hope all of you understood this class. Thank you all students. Students, for today's assignment, please take the questions. The first question is that why is mitochondria called the powerhouse of the cell? The first question is why is mitochondria called the powerhouse of the cell? And the second question is who termed the mitochondria? The second question is that who termed the mitochondria? And the third question is who was the first person to observe mitochondria? The third question is who was the first person to observe mitochondria? Then the fourth question, explain the structure of mitochondria with neat sketch. The fourth question is that explain the structure of mitochondria with neat sketch. Then the fifth question, differentiate between chloroplast and mitochondria. The fifth question is differentiate between chloroplast and mitochondria. And the sixth question, who discovered the lysosomes? Sixth question, who discovered the lysosomes? Then seventh question, why is lysosome called suicidal bag? The seventh question is why is lysosome called suicidal bag? And eighth question is mention the functions of lysosomes. Mention the functions of lysosomes. So these are the questions for today's home assignment. Submit within the time. So thank you all students.